let's go. We're talking about guards. Let's go two guards now. Like, what are you looking for from your twos?
I would say like basically the same. This a mixture between what the one does and the three does.
Hmm.
So, but more of a put it on the floor slasher type guard. Like your three again, like traditionally, I mean, I would like it to be a shooter, but like your two needs to be 3 level scorer, like definition of 3 level scorer. Like, but doesn't have to be a tremendous 3 point shooter, but really needs to know how to handle the ball, needs to understand ball screen coverages, how to play off of them, needs to understand how and when to flow or push into transition. Um, just needs to like have played the point guard position before. You know what I'm saying? Like, just needs to do
Hmm.
that, but also needs to, be able to shoot the ball. So I would say it's just more of like got to be able to play 1 through 3. So again, like a versatile player in the backcourt. I mean in the front court. I mean, however you want to say it. They just got to be basically 3 level score.
So, do you think the four or the two has to be more versatile for women's
I
college?
would say the 4 for sure. The 4.
Yeah, I kind of want to counter, but I can't. Like, I think that's because your four can play, depending on the skill in their body, they can play 2 through 5, really. So,
Yeah, I mean, and then if they get a rebound, because you want your guards rebounding. So, and I would consider a 4 guard. So I want my 4 to rebound. So I want her to be able to push it in transition. So basically, when you push it in
mm,
transition, that means you're the lead guard. So you're the point guard for a minute. So
yeah.
and a lot of times, if you push it in transition, it ain't there, then a lot of teams just kind of flow into a ball screen. So you probably coming off a ball screen as a 4. So,
Hmm.
that's why I think that they need to. But then sometimes they down there and they set a ball screen for you. So it's like they gotta be real versatile. I don't think the 2 ever has to play the 4 for real. So that's why I'm like, yeah, 4 probably.
Yeah. I think the two in the women's game can be a little I don't say awkward,
Mm,
but it can be sometimes just because you can have a two guard front where you have two girls that can easily play point for pretty much any other team, but because they're on the same team, they kind of like just whoever has the ball,
yeah,
that's the lead guard type of situation.
yep,
So I think for the women's game, more than the men's, you can have two quote unquote lead guards or two wings kind of running your point guard position. And that can be like the most universal situation because it's like, oh, she has the ball. All right, I'm gonna just go and run a two.
yep,
Oh, I got the ball. I'm the one, and she can be the two.
yep.
So I think that's where it's kind of like the awkwardness of it, to where you can't really pigeonhole. Not an awkward in the battle. You can't pigeonhole them in one spot to say
Like kind of
she's a two guard.
positionless up
Yeah.
there with the guard spots. Yeah, what that does is it speeds up your game too, and that's what I like and we like to do. Like we like to play fast. So if your 2 can do that and be comfortable with that, like it does speed your game up. You ain't having to sit there and look for the point guard. Like you can go and
Hmm.
do it yourself and get it set up. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what can separate your team. So, like we said before, if you have that dual guard setup where you have the dynamic one and the dynamic two with the 6'4", post that you have at the four
Right.
position, you're looking real versatile right there. So you
Yeah,
have
man. You're
the
back.
four gets the rebound, they can rebound outlet if they need to, or oh, you by myself, all right, I can push it 1-1. Now you have a nasty fast break.
Man,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, if you can have all the players buying into that and having their capabilities to where they can play like that, man, you going to score like 80, 90 a game. Be a
mhm.
high scoring game for them. A lot of teams can't
Oh yeah,
defensively match up that quick to teams like that. So,
yeah. Especially if you got all the right pieces in place. Like, yeah, that's a nasty lineup.
yeah, man. No, it'll be all clicking if you can get that.
But the two guards not perfect.
Right.
So what are the downsides of the two that you see? Like, man, she's good, but she's missing this, or she, is doing that that's hurting her.
I think it's more of like they're not all the way like the decision making is one, being able to like make plays off of ball screens, being able to be confident, getting downhill and like being a facilitator sometimes, but understanding sometimes you got to go score. Um, just knowing the time and place to score the ball or to kick out. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, like they'll just go downhill thinking score just because your two's a score. A lot of times, so however they get it, three midi or getting to the rim, they'll let's say they set up the offense, they think and score. And so it's like,
Mhm.
can you like figure out when you need to be the facilitator if you're in that position or when you need to go and score. So I think that's something big. And then just like in transition, are you pitching ahead? Are you forcing something at the rim? Like just being really good in transition at the two, like
Mhm.
understanding, you do have another ball handler with you. So like how do you work that? Do you know where to go? Um, in transition. A lot of times they think, just straight lines are the best thing. Like wherever they got the rebound or outlet, just go. Like it's just straight lines. Sometimes it's like, man, you gotta spread the floor out. You gotta be out here. Somebody's gotta run the middle. Somebody's gotta be on the other side, or you gotta be patient with the ball. Just talking about pace, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them are just one speed, go, go, go. You gotta have
Mhm.
pace with it because you're a scorer, but you're also sometimes in the position to be a facilitator. So I think it's like all that, just slowing down and playing with pace. A lot of times is big.
So if she could score but doesn't have that kind of point guard feel, that could hurt her.
Mm, depends on how good your point guard is or your backup point.
Mm.
Somebody that's coming off the bench. Because if they're literally you're going to be our scorer and you're going to be our two, and you're not gonna have a lot of point guard responsibilities, then nah, it won't hurt you. So I think it just depends on what your roster looks like. If you have a solid point guard and you got another solid young one on the bench that's coming in behind her,
Mhm.
and you're just sometimes being put in that position just because of the flow of the game, then I don't think it hurts
Yeah.
you.
Okay, got you. Um, Last but not least, man, I think probably both our favorite position.
Yeah,
Uh,
PG.